Good morning, members of the town board and members of the community. It's good to see you up on the dais in person, and I look forward to joining you in the town soon. Today's session is a continuation on the work that we presented in our last public work session on the airport. As some of the comments at that last session made clear, these are preliminary discussions. The point here is to get information out for the town board to consider when making policy decisions about the airport, and for the public to help assist with the process of landing on a decision or a solution for the airport, as the town will have more options when the grant assurances expire at the end of this season. I'm going to share my screen to give you a bit of an introduction to today's session. Hopefully that worked okay and everybody can see it. Just a bit of a recap. Last meeting we had our economic consultant, HR&A, present an analysis of the current impacts of the airport to the town and what some alternative uses might look like, including no airport and some form of modified airport. We thought that the comments were great, and they are continuing to come in on that analysis and study. And of course, we anticipate further analysis and study as we go forward. And we had our presentation from HMMH reviewing the traffic from the 2020 season, which of course was a different from past seasons given the impacts of COVID, but informational nonetheless. Today, we're going to hear from Dr. Woobles, who's a leading expert in aircraft greenhouse emissions, and we'll hear a little bit more from HMMH in response to some feedback we got at the last meeting to understand what portion of the data related to fixed wing aircraft was from jets. So that's going to be presented by Sarah Jensen. We do have plans for continuing work sessions. We may break up the format a bit so we have more dedicated meetings on the airport. We're being assisted in that effort by Lisa LaCourie and Peter Flinker to make sure that we have maximum community engagement on the airport, and we'll be announcing a schedule sometime soon. We do have a diversion study that is underway, and more will come on that as it comes together, and of course the continued community feedback sessions that I mentioned. So today we're going to hear from Dr. Woobles, who is of course a leading expert on aircraft greenhouse emissions. He'll explain his analysis, which is a top-down and bottom-up analysis. I want to be clear here that Dr. Woobles' role is not to do soil testing, water testing, air quality testing. That's the type of work that's done in connection with planning decisions, redevelopment. We're not there yet. Where we are here today is to assist the town board and the community to make policy decisions consistent with its climate action plan, for example, and considering how it makes decisions within the town and how those impact the surrounding areas in connection with the commitments it's made to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the town. Not to steal the headline, but Dr. Woobles will talk about how the contribution of greenhouse gas emissions from the airport is disproportionate. This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, but it's disproportionate to all the other visitors in the town. In other words, you have 1% people using the airport, but it has a disproportionate impact on greenhouse emissions at 6%. And as I mentioned, HMMH is going to talk about it. It's essentially the same data, but it's now broken out by specific jet traffic. Dr. Woobles has a bit of a tight schedule today, so I want to get to his presentation as soon as possible. We are keeping notes of all the comments and things that we can follow up on, of course, and we will do so. So